guys, we're out here today. We're going to do a video on, we're moving our 2 sows over to an area that has a lean-to because we bought them and one of them was said to have been bred and due on February 17th, which
to be
is
determined.
Yeah, to be determined. We're not 100% sure. Usually pigs are pretty much 100% if they get bred, it seems like. But we don't know. She's looking a little pregnant, but we're going to move them to a safer area where they have a little bit of shelter and we can put some hay and bed down so that they can farrow out in the pasture. This is our first 2 pigs we've had here. Over at the farm that Matt manages, they started farrowing pigs out in the pasture last year. It's been went pretty well.
Yeah, and the weather dictates a little bit how many of them do well. But so what we're trying to do now is we're going to go set up the area that they're going to, kind of create a lane with electrified netting. Probably won't make it hot because they're trained to it, and then we'll come back and see if we can't walk them that way, to be determined.
So follow along. We'll take you with us today. Hi girls. Hi. How are you? How are you? So here we have, they're trained to electric netting and they get rotated about every week. So they have a pretty good area. So the other side of that lean-to is where we're gonna try to put some hay, and hopefully if that mama is due, there's an area in there that she can, they'll make their own nest. It is the absolute coolest thing you've ever seen. I swear they're put together as good as a bird nest, and it's instinctual when they're out here.
Some of them are better than others, we'll see.
Yeah, some have been better than others. So the goats are going to be their neighbors. We have goats in this back pasture that are used for cleanup areas. They eat a lot of the weeds, like weed control and things like that. So we have, how many goats do we have? 6 in our 7 now, because we got a little Billy over there that missed being weathered over at different farm, and so he came to live with us. And that is April. She is Anatolian Shepherd mix, Matt. Anatolian and Kangal Shepherd mix, and she is a livestock guardian dog that does an absolutely fantastic job with these goats, being their guardian. So let's see. Make sure we don't. Oh, you better watch out. Should I move?
Yeah.
Or not. They've been setting up, so there's an electric fence here. They won't go through there. They've been on adjacent to that before. So they're setting up pig, poultry, goat, netting, whatever we had to make the pigs a lane. Our hope is that we can run them through, not run them through, but push them through the lane to get up to where the shelter is. So this will be sort of the longest move that we've had with them, so I can't guarantee it's gonna go. But again, they're pretty easygoing pigs, so I guess it depends on your pigs. Oh, should have got that on video. Carson just about fell.
You're on video?
Yeah, but I didn't have it on that part. One of the things about this, everybody worries about pig smells. When you rotate the pigs every week or so, they do not smell. So this is the one that is supposedly due. They say a couple of days before, which would be tomorrow really, that her teats should start feeling more and that sort of thing. We will see. Matt, I was telling him how it doesn't smell. It doesn't smell like pigs up here.
It doesn't.
They've really been in here for too long, to be honest with you. People that are a whole lot smarter than me and say generally 7 to 9 days says what you want to do is overseed this area 1 to 2 days before you move them. So then rooting it and stepping on it and spreading that seed, and then when you move them, it germinates, and this area should be super green because of their pee and their poop. They fertilize it and turn up the ground. So you don't, because you really don't want bare dirt, you know, when the rain hits and it washes that topsoil away. But if you overseed it, then it will it should sprout up.
All right, so we're gonna see. So they're out of their little area. We've got a big lane made for them. If we can entice them with some bred to follow along in the trail. This is the only place we have just a one strand thing. So the hope is that they don't. We have
The mental barrier.
Yeah, a mental barrier. The black one, she's the one that normally don't like to go, right, Matt?
Yeah, she never wants to go.
Oh, she's chasing you, Carson.
This is fun. This is fun.
April's probably gonna be super interested in the new animals. Uh-oh. I don't have it. Huh? I don't have any bread. Oh. Dang it. Do I need to go get more bread?
No. Oh, I gotta.
Go over there towards the post. See where's the highest point?
White striped one went through the electric fence, not the netting, because we didn't have netting set up on the backside. Matt was thinking that the electric fence would be enough. So Matt's gonna run a net along that backside of the wire. So we're gonna try to put the net up a little different way. So our hope is if we put hay in here, level it out, that maybe, just maybe, old girl that's supposedly due this week will build her nest in here so that there's a 3-side shelter to help keep babies warm. So we'll see. Matt, she won't come get me. Matt. Oh, Matt. All right, so Matt, we'll keep them posted this week if we have any babies. Hey guys, we just wanted to do a follow-up video from where we moved the pigs last week. It's been 6 days since we moved them. We did not have piglets this week, so obviously she was not bred when they thought she was going to be, when they thought she was bred. So because they are pretty clear, 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days to delivery, and it sticks right at that number. So we're up here today. We're going to put a little bit more netting out, make their area to roam a little bit bigger. You can see behind me where they rooted up. Oh, she's got a little itchy scratchy on the pole, but you can see where they've uprooted a lot of this. We'll put some seed in here this week before they move out of this area for good for a while. So no babies right now. She doesn't look like she's about to deliver this week, so we were hoping maybe they just had their dates off by a week, but she doesn't look close right now either. So we're just gonna keep our eye on it, and she starts looking close, then we'll move her back over here to where they have the shelter again. I'm gonna get Matt to talk to you a little bit too about the fencing and the netting options, something that we never ever thought that was possible. I think my dad thought, oh, they will never stay in there, because of course he grew up and had a pig farm, and it was, you know, hog tight fences was the big thing. So anyway, I'm gonna get Matt to talk about the netting a little bit. It's pretty amazing. We'll post a link down in the description below below our video. So if you're interested in trying it out, and you have some pigs on a small homestead, then take a look at the link and order you some netting. It is fantastic. Great way to rotate those pigs around.
So I believe this net's from Premier One. I think there's 2 or 3 different companies that we get it from, but there is a more expensive netting that has more strands, that they call it like training netting. Honestly though, the piglets shoot through really anything until they're trained to it. So the way we train the big pigs is to make sure you have a secure fence, whether it be woven wire or I call it redneck pallet fence that we had. But we just put the electrified netting inside of it, so they test it, and they do not like to get popped. And the good thing about farrow pigs is they will they're very well grounded. So even if it's at a low voltage, it'll hit them pretty good. So, and they don't like it. I think a lot of people say they test it every day. I don't know. I've been stupid and left it unplugged, for 48 hours one time, and they were still in the same spots. I don't recommend doing that, but they will get trained to it just as long as you have a secure area. They've gotten out one time, and that was my fault. I had given them access to an area where they just the pallet, and they just took their head and just nose and just moved it right out of the way and got out. But if they know they're going to eat in a spot every day, and they know they're going to get shocked if they hit that netting, they're not interested in going anywhere. The thing I like about the nets is they do get a little bit tedious from time to time. They get tangled sometimes, but if you're patient with them, they are a huge asset, because you can basically cover your whole property so long as you have water access and electricity. And
So he's got it kind of laid out, one stake in the ground that way, and he is just kind of going along and sort of trying to figure out how he can
invest in a good machete if you're putting them in the woods.
So at this point, we feel like they probably know that they're getting to go in a fresh area when they see the nets go up. And
most of the time, if they know they're going to fresh ground, if they're used to it or they have food, they're going to go. Trying to get you a close-up of how strong they are. They're turning this ground over like a human shovel. Yeah, they're looking for grub worms, acorns. Joel Salatin says that the pigness of pigs, letting a pig be a pig when they're on concrete, they don't get to root.
all right, so this is going to be the end of this video. We hope that you've enjoyed watching how we rotate pigs around using electric netting. If this is something you're interested in doing on our farm, or you enjoy seeing a little bit of our farm that's a continual work in progress, please subscribe, like our videos, send us a comment on things you might like to see or questions you have. We'll be happy to answer. Matt?
Yes, what she said. Not good in front of the camera.
Have a great day.